What if you just elected to go out the window?
And just leave.
Yeah, I think getting the fuck out of here.
I have an idea. Let's leave.
Get back in the kitchen. Make me a sandwich.
A sandwich.
Yes, sir. What about yourself? Do you feel as if there's any major things that have changed? Do you feel like anything's off? You feel...
No, I think it's pretty much the same. It's just crazy how much... It doesn't feel like that much time's gone by since even the last time we played Resident Evil. It doesn't feel like that much time's gone by.
I also don't feel as if like we've really dried up on... Like it's like we'll talk about the same things from time to time for sure, but I don't get tired of it, or I don't feel like like we're talking about this again. I'm just like the thing I could think of is we've said at least a couple of times like, oh dude, I would love to see a Matrix Arkham combat game, and I still agree to this day.
Oh yeah, dude,
But just like parallel that,
dude, it's kind of weird that. It seems like a lot of the shit we talk about on this channel comes to fruition, dude. Like, literally, it happened again, dude. Like, with the fucking Arkham Beyond shit, dude. Maybe we should save that for... I mean, I don't give a fuck. We can talk about it a little bit here. But, like, isn't that fucking crazy, dude? If that's true...
You guys genuinely don't understand. Because we've talked about...
There we go. Let's go.
Well, we played Until Dawn. We're still in the process of playing it. I'm uploading old footage, and we'll finish off the game eventually. But that got a remaster.
Mm-hmm.
We played, what is it?
The Thing.
We played The Thing.
And then that got a...
Essentially a port, but a remaster, air quotes around
dude.
that. We played...
Time Splitters on the 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, I was going to say Time Splitters, and then that got a port to PS5.
Insane, dude.
What else? Dude,
we were talking about, dude, I would love it if they made Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I can't believe they're not making a sequel to that. And literally, like, the other day, you told me, dude. I was like, what? So
now you know what's around the corner is going to be, I'm calling it. I'm putting it on business. Dead Space 2 remake.
You think so?
I'm calling it because of all the shit that we've talked about. We talked about it on here, and it's just like, okay. EA's gonna fucking come out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, guys, we're gonna do it. I can feel it. I can feel.
You think if we say it on this channel, it'll come to fruition?
Dead Space 2 is confirmed, going to happen. EA, get your dicks out of your butts. And
dude, it'd be really nice. Just saying, it would be really nice if we had 2 goth girlfriends show up to the front door here in the next week.
Oh my god! Oh, is someone at the door?
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no, crazy how we haven't hit 1 million subs yet. Ugh.
Yeah, for real, dude. Holy shit.
Give me your coat. Shit, what were we talking about just before? There was something I wanted.
Oh, we were saying Arkham Beyond a little bit about that.
Arkham Beyond.
Was it before that whole thing though?
Yeah, I think it was. That's okay. I also feel like gaming-wise, and that's the thing I like. I like that we're not pigeonholed into any one game, where we can kind of just.
Me getting home after a night at the bar, player just walks out.
Lean on. It's just Ashley from. Like, you're not even due for like 2 games from now. What the fuck? Yeah, I like the fact that we're not pigeonholed into like any one game. I feel like we can play whatever we want to. Like some of our most popular stuff is probably like Arkham, I would think.
Yeah.
But dude, if I told you it's like, hey, we're gonna play Marvel Rivals for a video. We're just gonna pass the controller back and forth and be like, yeah, let's do it as like a one-off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I like that. I'm just like, okay, we're not like a survival horror channel. We're not like and even outside of gaming, like we want to do more stuff that's non-gaming related, and like we want to like go golf, like have like vlog or like a trip or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's still just fun to me. And, like, listening back to these these playthroughs or these conversations, dude. Honestly, there have been many days where DualShock has gotten me through my fucking workday.
I feel that.
I'll keep it a stack. I'm just like, I think you should go. I think I'll stay.
There's something cool about doing something like this too. Take the mics and camera out of it. Like I've said this before, especially when we first started this channel, there's something cool about just this, you know, just sitting here, hanging out with your buddy, having a couple drinks and just playing a video game. Like I feel like that is something that just does not really happen anymore. I don't feel like people do that anymore.
It's like an art form long lost to time.
You know, my dad, when he was like in his 20s, that's what I needed right there.
Yeah, baby.
He lived with all his buddies. And he used to tell me all the time, he's like, yeah, we had one PlayStation, the original PlayStation out in the living room. And he's like, we would all like have like a night where it's like, it's his night to play it. And we'd all just hang around drinking while he played like Metal Gear Solid. And then my dad would tell me, he's like, but the game I played in the living room was I played Resident Evil 1 with his buddies. Like, he was like, that was the game I played.
Sounds like two very good games right there.
Yes, sir. But it's just kind of like, you know, it's just like, I'm like, yeah, there's something fucking cool about that, dude, you know? Like,
well, and listen, like, I know I don't shut the fuck up about fighting games, but like that's one of the things that's like invaluable to me. Is like, oh yes, the online experience for these games has gotten dramatically better, and a lot of people are choosing to, like, you know, stay home and play the game online because the netcode's better. But I still go to locals, and I'm having
dude,
these people that I've never met before. Like, I'm just joking around with them, having a good time, like playing the genre I love the most, and then also seeing like people collectively get together. It's like, oh hey, like let's all hang out tonight. Like two people will be playing a set, and everyone in the background will just be talking shit, or just like, oh dude, this guy's fucking combos suck. Just like, you know, talking greasy, just having a good time, and then like, you know, you have a good time, order pizza, and it kind of elates those same feelings of like gaming with people side by side to you. There's just something special about it.
100%. I agree.
Oh, get this fucking motherfucker. Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Good shot. Nice.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about it today. I was like, it'd be kind of cool if they did something like that for Tony Hawk, dude. I would totally go to something like that. They did like some sort of like thing where it's like, I don't know, you play like Trick Attack or something like that. I was like, that'd be really fun. I would do something like that.
Listen, bro, we could make that happen. Like,
I just don't think there's enough people that play that game. That's the thing that kind of upsets me. I'm like, damn, I wish more people liked this game.
Well,
dude. Like,
well, here's what's so fun about going to locals. Is I was gonna tell this to Brennan, and he kind of made me a little mad. Not really, but like, I'll explain. I was just like, oh, hey, bro, like, I've been going to locals. I've been having a great time. Like, even though I don't know these people, I'm kind of becoming friends with them, like, very fast.
Yeah.
And it just helps that you have that commonality to bond over. Like, oh, you play this game? Oh, shit, me too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, bro, if you come through, you should make sure you come through on a night of locals. And what I'll do is I'll bring up my monitor. I'll bring my Switch. We can have a casual Smash setup. Because to me, that sounds fucking lit.
At locals?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just like, oh, dude, that way you can get in on it, even though you don't get down with Street Fighter. Like, everyone that's not playing, just be like, oh, hey, do you want to play, like, a set of Smash?
Yeah.
Or, like, even if it's not Smash, like, oh, let's run Mario Kart real quick. Fuck it.
Just some kind of casual?
Yes, absolutely. And he was just like, immediately, he's like, oh, I'd get cooked. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, he's just like, oh, I'm sure everyone's like a fucking god, and I'm just like, no, dude, we'd be going.
I would go. You'd at least be better than me.
I would be like, oh, it would be, because if I'm entering, it's probably gonna be for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, bro, those people are there for Street Fighter. They're not there for Smash. They might not even play Smash like that.
Just tell them I'll go. Tell them I'll be going. I'll do the Smash thing.
And he's just like, nah, like, I'd get cooked. I'm like, dude, don't count yourself out before you even try. And like, it wasn't a huge thing. I was just like, oh, dude, give yourself a little bit of, like, suck your own dick a little bit. Like, have a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, but I, like, not to put words in his mouth or anything like that. And I'm not talking specifically about him when I say this. So I don't want it to be taken that way. But, it, like, some people could say it in a way to where it's like, maybe they just don't like, I think, you know, going to a place where you don't know a lot of people. I mean, some people don't like doing stuff like that, you know. I'm more okay with doing stuff like that, you know, like I'm more comfortable doing that. But, you know, like I could see why that'd be kind of, weird or nerve-wracking for some people to go and do something like that with a bunch of people you don't know, like I understand it from that perspective. Now maybe he doesn't look at it that way, I don't want to, speak for him.
Most definitely.
But like that could have something to do with it too.
Well, and the reason I brought that up was like, for Tony Hawk's sake, is like, oh, dude, I could bring my PS5, like, we can load up some Tony Hawk, be like, oh, hey, like, do you guys want to run a game of horse? And
yeah,
like, what was really fun was I had a lot of fun this bracket that I just played in, but the one before, I did a bit better in tournament, which wasn't a huge thing for me, but it was after when we started playing casual games. Like, I played a little bit of Street Fighter. It's like, oh, hey, like, Dragon Ball's on this. Do you want to play Dragon Ball? And people were playing Dragon Ball with me, and I was easily the best player. But, like, it was just the fact that people were playing the game that I, like, really care about.
At the locals?
Yeah.
Really? They were playing it?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
And, they're like, oh, you're nice at this game. I'm just like, oh, dude, I put like 1,000 hours in this game.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, like,
that's cool. People were more open to it though.
Oh yeah, everyone's down to play whatever. Like,
that's sick, dude.
And I'm the same way. Where like, this dude I've been talking to a lot, Alex. He's like, yeah, like, I'm really into Skullgirls and Killer Instinct. I'm like, dude, I don't know shit about those games. I know like basics, but I'll play with you, bro. You can cook me 100-0. Like if you just want someone to play your game, I'm down.
See, that's the thing that, like, as I've gotten older, has just become like more appealing to me. Is like, when I was younger, I talked a little bit about this last night with Troy, where it's like, I feel like the male equivalent of your hoe phase is your partying phase, like I feel like that's the male equivalent, because I had a party phase, like when I was like 18 to like not say 23, 24, I had more like 23. I did a lot of partying, with a lot of substances, and I won't get too deep into that, but yeah, I went through a partying phase. And as I've gotten older, like there was something really cool about parties that I miss, where it's like you just get to know a bunch of random people and you like make new friends that way, and you like play a bunch of party games, and there's something cool about that, But as I've gotten older, I'm like, I don't necessarily like how intense parties can get.
Did you notice that?
What?
The blood on the wall, unless I'm tripping, it looked like it rendered in on the wall.
Oh, I don't know.
Like it in a way, it almost looked like something invisible was
crawling. Like that?
Kind of.
Is it the lighting, maybe?
No, it seemed more like it was like showing up. I could be tripping.
Something that's more appealing to me now is like, dude, like, we should just get a bunch of buddies and do a big kickback here. Like, that's why I want to get like arcade cabinets too, where it's like, if you're not playing a game, you can go over there and fucking have a drink and play art. But it's like more of a kickback and chill. Like, we're not throwing a party, but it's more just like maybe 5-6 people are here. We get like a cooler, get like a bunch of drinks and stuff, and just, have like a fighting game tournament night or something, or like a Tony Hawk night, or we'll be like, yo, let's do some 1v1s. We'll do a little tournament bracket of Nuketown, something like that. Like, that seems more appealing to me. Like, I'd rather do that than go out, and like hardcore party. And I think a lot of people would like. I feel like if I brought that idea up to a couple of my friends, they would be like open to that.
Well, and I can tell you what we can do.
Is that we've been talking about that for a while, and I think our pad would be sick to do it at, honestly. Like, there's enough space here, to have like 6 people. We can get maybe like an extra chair or two, and dude, we could even fucking put like a monitor right there. I didn't even think about that till just now. Wouldn't that be sick? Like, there's an outlet right there. We just put like a monitor right there, a console. There could be a fight going on there, here, and then you get an arcade cabinet, plus the balcony if you want to smoke or something. Like, dude, that'd be fucking chill.
What I would love to do is play Beerio Kart.
Dude, yeah, that would be sick too. I do know what that is. That would be sick.
I'm saying, like, we get Brendan over, we get Troy over.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, we just we get fucking lit, bro.
Dude, yeah, because like those nights that fucking Brandon was over here and we were playing Smash, dude, I was having a fucking blast doing that. And like, we were playing Wii Sports and stuff, like in between we were doing the golf. Like, the golf was fun, dude. I had a blast doing that too. Like,
yeah, it was the same for me. And then like one of the nights I really appreciated was because it's rare that everyone's down to get down on a fighting game. But when MK1 came out and Troy and your brother were over,
Yeah.
and we were all just getting down, I'm just like, dude, like this is what it's about. Like this is what fighting games are about. Like,
Dude, and see, I'm not a huge fighting game guy either, but I would totally do something like that again. Like, that sounds fun.
oh my goodness, yeah, MK is such a weird game.
I think a Smash night would be cool, though, because then you can get, like, literally all six of you
Everybody.
can play at once. Yeah, dude, that would be so sick.
Well, not even just for the fact of like 6 players, but like people are just more down for Smash because
Yeah.
it's just more.
Probably easier to grasp.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's so weird about Mortal Kombat for me, where it's just like for some reason that game supersedes the fighting game community into the casual audience. Like casuals are excited about a new Mortal Kombat.
I like I've told you in the past, I think a lot of it has to do with just like the world building and the lore of that game and the characters. Like I just think people really gravitated. You also got to remember when Mortal Kombat first came out, it got a lot of mainstream attraction because
Most
of how
definitely.
controversial the violence was. So, you know, that automatically made kids want to go out and buy the game. I think there's a liquor here. Hold on, let me lock in.
What if you lick them back?
Let me lock in. Shit, I don't think I can go.
Oh fuck!
Yep.
Just summon a demon or something. I don't know, dude.
Damn, those things are fucking terrible.
Well, like even down to my brother's wife. Like
Yeah.
she came through and my brother was telling me I think I've told the story before. But my bro was like, "Oh, yeah, bro, I got MK10 on here." He's like, "Oh, you know how to play?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't know how to play 10 specifically, but give me like 5 minutes." And even she was like excited. It's like, "Oh yeah, like Tim downloaded Mortal Kombat." I'm like, What? Like you're down for Mortal Kombat? Like what's actually going on here?"
Yeah, but you gotta remember, their generation's like, you know, from the era when MK was popping in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like that shit was like, and it's still popular. Like there was a point in the 2000s where it wasn't as popular, but it's pretty popular again now. But it was popping in the 90s, dude. Like I said, like there was a lot of controversy around that game. So
Well, it's
like-
funny because like MK is in like such a weird like spot because the people outside the FGC like still look at MK as being in the big 3, and it might be, but I think a majority of people that are actually in the community kind of think MK has taken a backseat to like maybe Guilty Gear. I think people consider Guilty Gear more of the big 3 now than MK. Because
Really?
so it would be Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear. Next chance we get to save, we'll probably wrap it up because I unfortunately do have work tomorrow.
fuck, I can't believe it's already that late.
I would love to perpetually keep going.
No, I
'cause
know. I can't.
We
believe
are in
it's
such a flow state right now.
I know.
It's problematic. But sorry, go ahead.
That sucks. So I think I found a good way to equate like why it is that MK, and maybe not on the same level, but okay. So what would you say is a franchise in this genre that I'm about to say is like the most universally known or at least played in the racing game genre?
Forza or Gran Turismo?
I would say Need for Speed.
That's fair.
As far as like the casual, I feel like Gran Turismo and Forza are like up there in the big 3, obviously. But like I feel like everybody's at least played one Need for Speed game. Either it's Most Wanted or Hot Pursuit 2 or, you know.
But it also depends if you like. I feel like arcade racers are a different genre. Like it's a
Fuck my
subgenre of
life.
racing, because like arcade racers would be like Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, and I feel like those hold more popularity than Forza or Gran Turismo. While like I might think of Forza or Gran Turismo a lot like the fighting game community because the players that play those games are so dedicated to them.
But it's kind of like the Mario Kart would be of the racing games. The equivalent of that would be Smash.
That's true.
You know, so
Funnily,
then
and also Nintendo.
right. So then Mortal Kombat would be like the Need for Speed, where it's like it's been. Stop fucking following me. It's been like around for so long, you know, since the 90s, Need for Speed, and they're still making new games today that people play. You know,
You can't come into the women's locker room. It's
but
against
it's not
the
like the
rules.
hardcore. Gran Turismo would be more like a hardcore racing game, or like Forza would be a hardcore racing game. You see what I'm saying? But like
I
Need
do.
for Speed kind of goes more into the casual. You could even say maybe like Burnout or Midnight Club would kind of go there, but neither one of those, there might be one or two games in their franchises, but Need for Speed is like universally like people will buy a brand new Need for Speed game because they're super into racing games, you know?
Yeah, and it's not as if I didn't understand why like MK was a thing. It's just so fascinating to me that it's just like, oh, okay, MK, like, and it's not as if MK is an easy game, like, but yeah, just MK is like the one franchise that people are hyper. Like, I actually like Street Fighter more than I like Mortal Kombat. I have love for Mortal Kombat as well.
Dude, you know, weirdly enough, I actually think I'm more of a Street Fighter fan than a Mortal Kombat fan these
Let's
days.
go.
This is why we needed to get in here.
This is why I'm hot.
Hot cause I'm fly, you ain't cause you're not.
This is why.
I haven't heard that song in fucking years.
I
I
don't know
where you
why.
pulled. That was a mythical pull, dude.
Yeah, that was like from the deepest recesses
Yo, dude,
of my
I have
mind.
not heard that song since I was like 6.
Yeah, my
That's
my
crazy.
mind palace is an enigma.
But I knew
my
the
friend.
words right away. That's crazy.
Just like
Shit, can you see that symbol at the bottom right of that unicorn?
bottom right. It's
It's a
the jar with
Okay.
water.
Perfect.
Yeah, I also don't think my site is what it used to be, but it's also chicken scratch. So
Do you think like racing games are another like niche genre? Do you think there's someone out there that feels the same way as you about racing games as you do about fighting games?
Oh, 100%.
Was it a lobster? It was.
Great
But
question.
do you think so? Do you like is there a hardcore racing
Oh yeah.
community?
Oh yeah.
Like do they have tournaments and shit like that like with the hardcore racing game
They
community?
probably have like drift meets or something like that, or like events where it's like, oh hey, we're hosting an online
Do you
drift
think
event.
they all have like wheels and shit?
Oh yeah. If
Really?
you're gonna be
I kind of want to look into that now. I feel like that's I know more. I feel like fighting games is like something like I knew about fighting game tournaments. I knew how popular fighting games were. Like I knew of it. Like obviously I'm not as deep into it as you are, but like I knew of them, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
racing games, I was just thinking of it when I was in the bathroom. I was like, that feels like another genre where I bet you there's some hardcore people that are into those games, but I don't really ever hear people talk about it or
Well, shit, I'm really mad that we're like saving and gonna wrap
I
up because
know. Fuck, that was like a great topic to bring up. Fuck, we've never talked about that before.
100%. Because even like the most like just outside, like either the most hardcore casual or the most casual hardcore, we know someone personally, and it's Troy. He
Yeah.
has a wheel.
Yeah. Oh, let me put this in before we save. That way you can finish.
But
your thought.
even like there's higher tiers to that. Like Troy just has a wheel. People
Yeah.
have like a full on car
is
set
there
up.
money on the line? I'm now really fascinated by this topic. It's such a shame. We're about to
So
wrap up.
like but one thing I did want to, and if this ends up being a tangent and I'm up till midnight, it is what it is.
No. We can save right now. Just finish your thought. I don't want to keep you up too late. Just spit what you're saying.
We didn't talk about this, but I wanted to talk about this in its own mini podcast. But there was the PSN outing
Oh yeah.
that happened. And I was gonna ask you, because like how directly did, and I already know the answer to that, how directly did the PSN outage affect you and your gaming experience?
It didn't really affect me.
It was like 1.5, 2 days. Where you weren't, like, if you guys didn't know, for whatever reason, there was a 1.5 like / 2 day outage of PSN. Like there was like an uproar, people were getting like pissed and upset, and it was like this whole like big thing. 1.5, 2 days, not that big a deal.
But see, I'm spoiled with games because I collect retro and I have a PC. So it's like if for whatever reason I can't get online one of my consoles, I can get on my Switch, I can get on my PC, I can get on my PS3, I can get on my PS2. I like there's so many other. So I think what happened is I think I went on my PC that day. I think I was playing Medal of Honor or something. So it didn't really affect me. But somebody who it doesn't only has their PlayStation, yeah, I can see why that That would upset a lot of people because it's like trying to verify licenses or some shit like on
Yes.
all your games, which is exactly why I buy physical. I don't buy all my games physical. I should start though. But like Silent Hill 2, that's another great thing about buying physical is I bought that game physically, beat it, and I'm just letting him like borrow it. There's something really cool about that. It reminds me of being a kid of like when you'd let your friend borrow a game and they'd let you borrow a game. And so, but the other upside to that too is if the internet goes out or the fucking PSN's down, I can just pop the disc in and play it.
And this is coming to a spearhead, because it affected me more than this guy, but not like dramatically much. Because like I think a day later or 2 days later, I had a local bracket that I needed to practice Street Fighter for. I primarily play Street Fighter on PlayStation. Obviously, I wasn't able to access that. I did own the game on PC, so if I had to resort to that, it wasn't really a problem. Fortunately enough, it came back. I was able to practice on PlayStation. Wasn't that big a deal. The whole reason I bring this up is because GameStop put out a tweet where it's just like, I bet you wish you had your games physically now. I'm like,
Damn.
and I'm just like, that was a little spicy for GameStop. But
Yeah.
the reason I bring this up is because GameStop is such a shell of what it used to be. Because back in the early 2000s, that was like the place to get games. Like before
100%.
that, it was either Walmart or Blockbuster or whatever local, whatever the fuck. But then GameStop came along, restructured the format, and then for pretty much up until post PS3 generation, that was the place to get your games and hardware. It can still be the place to get your hardware, but, and I've talked about this slightly before, I think GameStop needs to go through a complete overhaul of their business model. They cannot be the place to get games when the place to get games is much more convenient, has much more options of discounted prices between PlayStation and PC. I think they need to go the route to be kind of the retro-ish generalist.
Bro, I was literally about to say, please continue.
But
Go ahead.
also, GameStop did something very interesting, and I'm gonna keep on rolling for a little bit.
No, go ahead.
Back at the release of Street Fighter 4,
Okay.
there was an event that GameStop put on. The Street Fighter 4, I don't know if this is actually what's called, the Street Fighter 4 GameStop circuit, where they held a tournament like at local GameStops, and there was like a big prize on the line. I think GameStop needs to elect to hold events.
That's a good idea.
So that way, because the biggest thing is they need to get people in their fucking store. And then people will buy things.
Have them a place to stop and play games.
Stop and play games, not just like digitally or on disc, but like, dude, have it be a card game space. Have it be a venue for local fighting game tournaments. Have it be like, hey, we're having like, I don't know, a fucking movie night, and you can come by and bring snacks or whatever. You could buy card packs. Have it be a place where people want to show up and they will buy products.
Yeah, it's almost like whoever's like running GameStop as a entity or company doesn't know anything about the gaming community. Because if they did, I feel like they would do exactly what you're saying. They would hold these areas where gamers can sit there and play games, and they would already be thinking of shit like that, like we're gamers. So obviously it's like, yeah, that's like, we can come up with this idea because it's like, hey, like we were just talking about in this video, like it'd be cool to have like these tournaments or whatever. It's like, why wouldn't somebody, if they weren't like actually involved in the gaming community, already think of something? Like you're basically just like an IRL Discord chat, like a Discord room, like, But you know what's crazy? I wanted to bring this up in the middle of that. I forgot to mention on this channel. A while back, I know for a fucking fact I said that this is what GameStop should do, and they're doing it. Another thing of like, we say it and it manifests into reality. Because a while back, I was like, dude, you just brought it up here. I was like, what GameStop should do is start selling their retro games or whatever. Remember I was saying that? I was like, because retro games are like, you have to buy them physically. Dude, literally GameStop opened a store, like a first few handful of stores called GameStop Retro. And I remember the moment I saw that, I was like, motherfuckers are stealing my ideas, dude.
Bro,
like,
yeah, we've been saying that for like some time. Like
dude, for real, because we go to this Captain Games store right by, shout out Captain Games. If you're local to Reno, go check that store out. They have tons of fucking old school games. Please support them. They're one of my favorite stores in Reno. But Captain Games, check out Captain Games because that place is fucking awesome. There's tons of like stuff that you can get there from any generation of console. Like even the Atari 2600, they have games for that. It's crazy. Like I love going there all the time, but like thinking about it, I'm like, there's a reason why I go here way over going over to GameStop. It's like,
yeah, I really wanted GameStop to like roll back and almost be what Blockbuster used to be. Like have the business model where, okay, you don't feel like committing to a full $60 purchase and you can't compete with Steam or PlayStation sales. Give the player an option to rent a game.
yeah.
Like, why the fuck not? I mean, like they have options, but I think they're just so steadfast in like the ways of like their business model. Yes, used to be successful, but times have fucking changed, man. Get with the program, you old fuck.
For real. For real.
And I think that's about gonna be a bow.
Yes, sir.
I want to say, I want to thank you.
Yeah, dude.
So this recording session was fucking
Right on. Yeah, we got quite a bit done. I think we only have one more medallion to get, and then we can leave the police station.
quite a bit done, but also, dude, once again, another recording session. We're just kind of cooking.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more, check out the rest of the channel. We have a ton of good stuff, like not just coming your way, but that's already existing on the channel. So check out playlists. There's a bunch of playlists. We have a podcast as well that you guys can absolutely check out and support. And you can also support this guy at CodeMeisterP or CodeMeister_P, depending on where you're looking. He's got a Twitch. He's got a SoundCloud. He has a TikTok. Support him if you can. It's like small creators that like ourselves that need your guys' help through word of mouth and just like support and just being there. And we really appreciate every crumb of support we do get.
Yeah, 100%. If you guys like this style of video, at least how we're doing this on this playthrough, yeah, highly recommend going and checking out our other playthrough of Resident Evil 1 remake that we did almost, 2 years ago now.
Dude, who
but
even knows?
if you like that vibe that we're doing now, it's pretty much the same thing over there. Go check that out. Also, go check this guy out at Sen or XG_Sen on his Twitch. Give him some support. If you like what he was talking about with fighting games, go check him out because that's the majority of his main content. Also, go check out Crouch Block, which is his other channel where he does more retrospective videos, kind of like what we talk about on this channel. He just turns it into his own personal video. Go give that some support.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.